All right. Well, why don't we get into the bargain bin? So it's a segment where we always go through any of the really key sales. So these are sales that, Swinny and I would jump on. And then certainly wherever there's free games available. So we'll start with the Epic Game Store, given that they usually do a weekly free game. So this week, and you can jump on these at the time of publishing, they'll still be available up to Thursday, the 13th of August. 3 out of 10, episode 1, Welcome to Shovelworks. So that wasn't mentioned last week because we didn't know about it at the time, but that has been released as a free sort of episode 1. And Wilmot's Warehouse, which I have installed and started playing around with, which is a really cool puzzle game. I'm trying to get my wife into it, but I think she thinks that the systems are a bit too full on. And then in terms of next week, Remnant from the Ashes. And I can see a note from Swinny in our show notes. Probably won't repeat on air, but you're interested in this game, Swinny?
Oh, I've played this game a lot. So I'm not interested. Well, I'm interested in it, but Remnant from the Ashes is fantastic.
Nice.
And
nice.
it's one of the most criminally underrated games, probably the last 5 years, I reckon. It's just the fact they're giving it away for free, and there's new DLC for it that I haven't sunk my teeth into. If you're going to play that game, play it co-op. It's way better. It can be very overbearing and very difficult by yourself. It's essentially, you're going to laugh about this, but it's no joke. It's basically like a Dark Souls shooter. It's taken so many of the systems of Dark Souls and worked it into a third-person shooter in terms of like respawning enemies and just a lot of the design of the game. But it's fantastic. Can't remember the developers of Remnant, but who we are, because I just want to make sure that we've got this right. Remnant from the Ashes is made by Gunfire Games. So they're the people. Gunfire Games is a new development studio that was put together by a lot of the Darksiders devs. So I talked about my love for Darksiders before. Remnant from the Ashes is just as good as, if not better than, Darksiders games. So
nice.
It's for free. Give it a shot. It's great.
Well, you should get it on Epic as well, because then at some point maybe we both can just play it in co-op. Because I'll definitely get a copy of it on Epic Game Store.
Yeah, what's really funny actually is that I was playing this through with my mate, and we were joking that at some point we should try a permadeath run to see how far we can get, because the game's pretty tough without dying, and then when we die, that's it. And they actually patched that in as a mode in later on, so you can actually do permadeath now, or survival mode, or whatever. So.
I love how those things get patched in. That's really cool. And the other game that's free next week is Alto Adventure. So very popular iOS and Android game, Alto's Adventure and then Alto's Odyssey. So these will be free. A lot of people are getting really upset about these games being available. Again, they're free, these ones. And you don't have to buy it after it's launched. I think it's going to be like $10 or something even higher than that. But I think that these games work a lot better on the mobile, but it's free, so I'll probably download it and give it a try as well. And just finally, just on Epic, just a reminder that Total War Saga, Troy, will be free for the first 24 hours that it's launched on Thursday, the 13th of August. So you definitely want to jump on the Epic Game Store at that point and pick that up, because that's like a full-on AAA game that is going to be free on the Epic Game Store, so that's pretty cool. Just on the Humble Store, so still on PC, F1 2018 is still free. So at the time of publishing, if you hear this, you can still grab it. So jump on Humble Store. It's up to Monday, the 10th of August, 1 p.m. Pacific time. And then Sydney/Melbourne time, it's Tuesday, the 11th of August, 6 a.m. So just grab it like Sunday, Monday when we publish. And just a reminder, whenever you see these Humble Store games, they're actually, you need to get them and then activate them on Steam. So the activation code actually runs out if you don't activate them on Steam. So you don't need to download it, but you do need to activate it on Steam to retain it. Nothing really from a Switch point of view. There is a sale going on in Japan on a few games, and it might come out to Australia and the US, but we'll keep an eye on that. Similar to PlayStation Plus, just a quick reminder, you might want to jump on and grab Fall Guys, because that is free and it seems very, very popular. So it's going to probably go down exactly what Swinny was saying as being one of those games like Rocket League, where a whole host of people grabbed it for free at the time. And, it's a really good investment of time and a really good use of the PlayStation Plus membership. And then finally, Swinny, I'll let you cover the Xbox Game Pass games.
Yeah, so we got our update for this month for Game Pass. So we've got 7 games in total being added. So on August 6th, 6 games added. So we've got Darksiders Genesis, Dark Pictures Anthology, Man of Medan. Both of those are just on Xbox One. Then on Xbox One and PC, we've got It Lurks Below, Trailmakers, UnderMine, and Xeno Crisis. So I'm honestly not familiar with those last 4. The first 2 are well-known games, Darksiders Genesis. I'm looking forward to actually playing finally, although I haven't played Darksiders 3 yet. So I have to look at whether or not narratively it follows on or if it's a standalone thing. If so, then I'll just play Darksiders Genesis. And then the one more added on August 13th is Final Fantasy VII, which is being
That's so good.
available on Xbox One and PC. And I will say I recently played through that HD port, and it's pretty good. There's obviously only so much they can do with the pre-render backgrounds, but it runs really nicely, and it's got the assists if you just kind of want to power through it and not have to worry too much. So yeah, it's good to have that available on Game Pass. And then we've got...
And this is the remake, right?
No, it's not the remake. It's not the remake.
And I will say, though, that this is a part of the announcement that they had, I think it was last year, that a whole host of Final Fantasy games were coming out to Game Pass in 2020.
I was so wrapped. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. The Game Pass one is separate. When they announced they were all coming to Xbox, I was so wrapped.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh,
yeah.
I was over the moon, and I've completed nearly every single one in that announcement already.
Can I just say, again, for a reminder of people listening, that you're a massive achievement hunter and you also love RPG games and yet have an Xbox, which I think is weird, given that you love RPGs. But the fact that they've brought all these games that you love so much across is just like heaven for you.
I just wish they'd put the basically Final Fantasies before 7 onto it. That'd be so cool. But
well, I'd love to see Final Fantasy VI remade into like an Octopath style game. That would be my jam.
I don't even care about the remake. Just port them. Come on, give it to me.
Yeah, true.
I can obviously play them at any time, but I kind of want I want to get achievements in it. I want to drive, to get me to replay, because I've played through all those games with the exception of 5 and 2 before. So anyway, so we've also got 5 games leaving on August 15th. Some of these are some big names as well. So we've got Kingdom Come Deliverance on Xbox One and PC. So I had that installed. Sorry, I own it on Xbox One, but it's a shame it's leaving PC as well, because now I'll have to buy it when I want to actually go through those. Devil May Cry 5 on Xbox One's leaving. Yoku's Island Express is leaving Xbox One and PC, which is a great game if you've never played it.
It's such a good game.
It's like a pinball platformer kind of thing. Space Hulk Tactics, so I guess it's Warhammer on PC is leaving. And Where the Water Tastes Like Wine on PC, which is a neat adventure narrative style game that I've heard a lot about. So those games are leaving. So yeah, that's your update for Game Pass.
Nice.